How's it going, everyone? And in today's video we are going to go ahead and talk about the next generation Apple TV, because there has been rumors saying that an Apple TV is expected to be released sometime at the end of this year, roughly around the October time frame, allegedly. So in this video, let's take an opportunity and we'll take this opportunity and go ahead and talk about what we should be expecting to see and discuss more if it's worth buying the current Apple TV or you're better off waiting for those rumor features to be released. So let's begin with the processor. Now, the current Apple TV is using the A15 Bionic chip, which is said to be 30% faster than for this third generation Apple TV 4K. And according to many journalists from 9to5Mac, Mac Rumors, they're all suggesting that an A series chip will be used on the next generation Apple TV. There's rumors that people have been saying that it might be released with the A17 Pro chip or the A18. My money is in the A17 Pro chip, as this will allow faster load times than previous generation and support for a more high quality video support for when it comes to like Apple TV gaming, as this will easily accelerate ray tracing to be a lot better, look better on the screen for an enhanced gaming rendering experience. But regardless on which chip Apple decides to use with these latest generation A series chipsets like the A17 Pro or even the A18, these two are known to be fully compatible to be used with Apple Intelligence, which means there is a slight chance we may see Apple Intelligence get added on the latest generation Apple TV. But for me personally, I don't think I would enjoy Apple Intelligence on my Apple TV, all due to the fact that we've seen Apple Intelligence, how it's currently running on our iPhones or iPads, even our Mac computers, and it's okay. It's not anything significant to a point where it will bring a new Siri experience. So either we get a stronger, better, more advanced version of Apple Intelligence during WWDC for tvOS 19. As of right now, I am not impressed with Apple Intelligence, so hopefully we don't get Apple Intelligence with this next generation. But luckily for us, there hasn't really been rumors supporting that Apple Intelligence is coming to the next generation Apple TV, so I guess we're kind of good there. But I wouldn't be surprised if Apple does try to add some Apple Intelligence in the next generation. But what I'm saying here is that's not a massive selling point, at least that I can see. But what will be a massive improvement is the internal Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, as this next generation Apple TV is rumored to will be able to support 6 GHz of Wi-Fi band speeds, which is all thanks to the selection that Apple plans on releasing the next generation Apple TV with Wi-Fi 6E. Unfortunately, not Wi-Fi 7, but this is going to be pretty unique due to the fact that it's going to be a one-off custom-made chip for the Apple TV from Apple, which will improve the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth connectivity, as this newer version Apple TV will support Bluetooth 5.3, which means stronger connection for not just your remotes, but mainly a faster, low latency connection speed when it comes to like gaming, if you have it paired to like a gaming console controller, which I think is kind of cool. But again, these are all rumors. This was primarily sourced from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, who has stated that Wi-Fi 6E is coming to the Apple TV. But again, unfortunately, no Wi-Fi 7. Nonetheless, a good enhancement overall from the previous generation Apple TV. Now, overall design, there hasn't been much about Apple redesigning the Apple TV at all. It's going to continue most likely having the same signature design that we all know and love and have seen on the past generation Apple TVs. Maybe a slimmer design, but this design looks to be the same design that will be used on this newer generation Apple TV, which I think is pretty good. It blends into the background most of the time on any modern day TV setup. And it's small enough you could like tuck it behind something if you like to hide it and still have a strong connection to the controller when needed. So with that said, there hasn't been any updates or rumors suggesting that new I/O ports will be added in the rear. So everything will remain the same. So you'll have a Ethernet port, power, and an HDMI. But there is a potential price adjustment, as Minchi Kuo, another Apple leaker, has been reporting that Apple has been working hard to lower the price tag of this next generation Apple TV below $100. The current Apple TV, I believe, is $120, roughly around that ballpark. But since it's been out in the market for quite some time now, let me look it up. You can find the Apple TV still selling for $129. Maybe it's a better deal at Costco, but no sales going on right now. So I guess that might be a good reason to wait. But I personally, after seeing what happened in the last few weeks during the news, I don't see it being possible on Apple being able to pull off and making the Apple TV cheaper than the current generation, unfortunately. But with everything that's going on in the news lately about tariffs, unfortunately, I don't believe we will see that actually become a thing anymore. Now, the current Apple TV is known to be used as a smart hub, and I don't see this newer generation Apple TV being no different. So because of that, I'm sure we'll see better improvements thanks to the new connectivity, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, which will allow this new Apple TV hub to be more efficient when it comes to communicating with your supported Matter devices. But however, an interesting rumor that has been catching my attention is there's a potential chance that this next generation Apple TV will have a built-in camera. Not sure exactly how that's going to work, if it's going to be attached to a wire where you need to put it on top of your TV or somewhere nearby, but there has been some rumors that a built-in camera will be available for this next generation Apple TV. Now for me personally, I don't really see that as a massive selling point, because currently you are able to use your Apple TV for FaceTime calling. You just need to have it connected to an iPhone or an iPad as the main camera. But for me personally, whenever I have like family gatherings and stuff like that, we end up still using the iPhone. Maybe sometimes we'll occasionally grab a laptop for those large gatherings, but again, personally, I don't see this as a selling point. If you are somebody who uses the Apple TV for FaceTime calling, that is something interesting to definitely keep in mind in case you're thinking about upgrading. So should you buy the current Apple TV or wait a little bit longer? If you don't own an Apple TV in the first place, I wouldn't hesitate on buying the current one that's available in the market. Based off everything we mentioned, it just seems like Apple's just adding a couple of minor things aside from that camera thing. But again, that's just a rumor, not an official leak. We don't really have solid confirmation that that is coming. But what may end up likely happening is just upgraded processor and upgraded Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which if you would ask me, Wi-Fi E isn't really that much of an improvement. I'm unsure why Apple decided not to go with Wi-Fi 7, but maybe their engineers noticed that it wasn't really a significant improvement in terms of downloads and stuff. Maybe that's why they did that. I'm sure there's more to the story. But again, these are all rumors. We could all be totally wrong. Maybe they're not going to release an Apple TV by the end of this year. But again, based off everything we were just talking about, it doesn't seem like there will be a massive improvement on this newer generation Apple TV that makes it overall worth waiting for. So the current Apple TV is perfectly fine. But again, if you're patient, you can wait a little bit longer. October seems like it'll be the deadline when we should start seeing something or not. But there we have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick informative video. Just wanted to quickly talk about the things we know about the next generation Apple TV and if it's worth buying the current one or holding off. Again, I think buying the current one is perfectly fine. All these upgrades are just very minor. I really don't see a reason to wait for a little bit, especially when these are all rumors, not official leaks, unfortunately. So with that said, feel free to comment down below what kind of features you'd like to see Apple give and release on this next generation Apple TV. I'm sure there's a big wish list we could add onto these features that we want to see that Apple hasn't yet delivered. Let us know in the comment section down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching.